Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of The Dying Eagle, a poem by E. J. Pratt. Edwin John Dow Pratt has been called the foremost Canadian poet of the first half of the century. This poem, The Eagle King, shows an eagle which has almost lost its eyesight. It keeps its head in between its body due to tiredness. Its wings are dull and dirtier and hang below its tail. It is old, but all this is not because of the age that has made him to sit like a raven that drenched in the rain. It is not the night time too. It is an hour before sunset. Now, what has happened is an iron has entered into his soul, which destitute his pride and territory on that day. Till that afternoon, this crag was his throne. From the forest to the boundless sky, the entire space was like his empire. He had won all his enemies. The eagles that are there are his descendants. In this morning, the eyes of this monarch have been captured by the silver flash of a mighty bird that flew in between the two peaks of the mountain ranges. This sight has titillated this eagle king. Even his hairs in the neck were bustled. The mighty bird's feet were as strong as digging clefts in the granite. The eagle king couldn't recognize whether it is a partridge or a heron or a falcon or even an eagle. The mighty bird flew in rapid speed as if catapulted from a ledge and made a spiral. It even reached the orbits without any rising and falling waves. It also reaches the position from where it is could survive the other birds. There is no such bird which could reach the heaven and the earth. The eagle king even thinks of pterodactyls which were existed before the vulture and could kill its carrion even in the Andes. The shadow of the strange invader seems like a bat upon the roofs of the world. It also passes the moraines and vitriol. Is it a dragon? It also has the head, body, and wing, and even the tot. The two whirling eyes, the mighty bird, like the meridian bright, has not shuttered. The eagle king hasn't known about this strange bird before. It is his enemy whom he can't grapple over. The shoulders at the back of the strange bird puzzled the eagle king a lot. Its sound was like a thunder. His claws were like lightning. The speed of the strange bird is double of the eagle king. The anger and unconcerned manner of this supercilious bird that flew over the dominion of the eagle king disturbed him most. This ancient suzerain made its spy in the territory with the impudent face and disappeared. The eagle king has found himself weak by the evening. His shoulders are untidy and his claws become nerveless. He thinks that dusk has come an hour before the sunset to haunt his eyes. He also thinks that the flock that has been chased away by him will come back and to thread in the crimson archipelagos. They will find him dead by the wings of that mighty bird. They will brood over the lost emperor of the peaks of the eagle king. This is an allegorical poem, and from the description, we can understand that the mighty bird is our aeroplane, which frightens the eagle king, and it also deals with the descending tradition and loss of power due to modernism. Now, let's read the poem. A light has gone out from his vanquished eyes. His head was cupped within the hunch of his shoulders. His feathers were dull and bedraggled. The tips of his wings sprawled down to the edge of his tail. He was old, yet it was not his age, which made him roost on the crags like a rain-drenched raven on the branch of an oak in November. Nor was it the night, for there was an hour to go before sunset. An iron had entered his soul, which bereft him of pride and realm, had struck him today, for up to noon that crag had been his throne. Space was his empire, bounded only by forest and sky and the flowing horizons. He had outlived all his rivals, and the eagles that now were poised over glaciers or charting the coastal outlines of clouds were his by descent. They had been tumbled out of their rocky nest by his mate. In the first trial of these fledgling spins, only this morning the eyes of the monarch were held in arrest by a silver flash shining between two peaks of the ranges, a sight which galvanized his back, bristled the feathers on his neck, and shot like runnels of rust where his stallions dug recess in the granite. Partridge, heron, falcon, eagle, game or foe, he would recontour. Catapulting from the ledge, he flew at first with rapid beat, level direct, then with his grasp of spiral strategy in fight. He climbed the orbit with swift and easy undulations and reached positions where he might survey the bird. For bird it was. But such a bird as never flew between the heavens and the earth since pterodactyls, long before the birth of condors, learned to kill and drag their carrion up the Andes. The eagle stared at the invader, marked the strange bat like shadow moving in leagues over the roofs of the world, across the passes and moraines, darkening the vitriol blue of the mountain lakes. Was it a flying dragon? Head, body, and wings, a tail fan spread and taunt like his own before the strike. And there in front, two whirling eyes that took unshuttered the full blaze of the meridian. The eagle never yet had known a rival he would not grapple, but something in this fellow's length of back, his plated glistening shoulders, had given him pause. And did that thunder somewhere in his throat not argue lightning in his claws? And then the speed, was it not double his own? But what disturbed him most, angered and disgraced him, was the unconcern with which this supercilious bird cut through the Achaean dominion, snubbing the ancient suzerain with extraterritorial insolence, and disappeared. So evening found him on the crags again, this time with slowen shoulders and nerveless claws. Dusk had outridden the sunset by an hour to haunt his unreasoned eyes, and soon his flock flushed with the chase would be returning, threading their glorious curves up through the crimson archipelagos, only to find him there, deaf to the mighty symphony of wings and brooding over the lost empire of the peaks. Here ends the poem. This shows how a mighty eagle, which was ruling its whole empire and which felt that the whole territory was his area, saw an aeroplane and misunderstood that it is a bird, and it was affected by the unconcerned manner in how this mighty bird flew across him without even having any concern for him, without having any fear about him, and without even recognizing him. And this affects the mighty king which was ruling that whole empire. And this poem brings out how modernism can affect the natural world. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you are not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.